to head back into Patrick's garden.
Yep.
Normally you'd be picking or planting something, right?
Yeah, but right now I think you're dealing with a couple of garden bandits out there, aren't you, Patrick?
Yeah, we had a couple of obstacles that we had to deal with, so we're going to deal this segment when it comes to troubleshooting, and I didn't do any shooting. So let's
Okay.
All right, we're back here enjoying a beautiful day. In fact, week looks great. It's warmed up. Now we're fully into the great spring growing season, and our raised bed's coming up and looking pretty good. And even the garden is going to be in pretty good shape here in the next couple of weeks. But whenever you have gardening in the springtime, sometimes you run into a few problems. One of the problems finding out growing strawberries for the first time this year is that birds like strawberries, and so we need to keep the birds out somehow. And what we've done here is put a little gardening mesh to keep the birds out, and that's keeping the birds away from the berries right now. If you notice, some things are coming up fairly well in the garden and some things are having a little problem, and this is one of the problems I wanted to go ahead and mention. I had 4 geese that came in and kind of sawed off my corn, and they just went through the whole row, or both of these rows, and kind of cut this corn down, and in some places just pulled up the whole stalk. A lot of folks have been doing this for several years, is getting the old high plates, put them on the shepherd's hook, and when the wind blows, it kind of makes a nice little racket. And that's been a pretty good deterrent the last several days, keeping these geese out. So hopefully that'll be the trick. One thing I did have to do is kind of replant some of the corn to where I can go ahead and get my rows a little bit fuller. And hopefully that will come up in the next week. So hopefully next week when we take a look at Patrick's garden, we'll see some of this new corn come up.
Fingers crossed for that,
Yeah, we are.
definitely.